I went back in time and removed Red Bull and Mercedes from all races in 2021 to see who would have won the title. My name is Chris, welcome back to CF Racing, and enjoy the video. Hello everybody, what's going on? Chris here, and today everybody, just like the title and the thumbnail suggests, I went back in time to see who would have won the 2021 Formula 1 Championship if I removed Red Bull and Mercedes. But before this starts, I want to say thank you all so much for the support recently. It has been incredible, and I am grateful for all of you guys. Like, you guys are insane. Can't believe we're almost at 8,000 subscribers. I want you guys right now to comment who you think will win the 2021 Drivers and Constructors title, and then at the end of the video, you can go back and reply to that comment to see if you guys got it right. So that being said, let's start the video. In the season opener in Bahrain, Lando Norris takes the win in Bahrain, followed by Leclerc in P2, Daniel Ricciardo P3, Carlos Sainz 4th, Tsunoda, Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, Esteban Ocon, George Russell gets a point for Williams, and Pierre Gasly scores the fastest lap. It's a really good start of the season for McLaren, and you'll see as this video goes on, McLaren is very dominant in the first half. Race 2 in Imola was also taken by Lando Norris and another P2 for Charles Leclerc, followed by Carlos Sainz in P3, Daniel Ricciardo in P4, followed by Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda, Kimi Raikkonen, and Lando Norris takes the fastest lap. Race 3 in Portugal was once again taken by Lando Norris as he takes 3 consecutive wins to start off the season, and he is dominating the title right now, followed by another P2 for Charles Leclerc. Esteban Ocon takes Alpine's first podium to finish P3, followed by Alonso P4, Ricciardo P5, Gasly, Antonio Giovinazzi, Sebastian Vettel, Lance Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda, and Fernando Alonso. Race 4 in Spain was taken by my boy Charles Leclerc, taking P1. Heck yeah, let's go Charles. Finishing into P2 we have Daniel Ricciardo, P3 we got Carlos Sainz, followed by Lando Norris, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel, George Russell taking another point in the Williams, and taking 26 points this weekend we have Charles Leclerc with the fastest lap. Race 5 in Monaco was won by Carlos Sainz with Lando on the podium, so we have a 1-2 for Lando, and Sebastian Vettel takes his first podium of the year, finishing in P3. Pierre Gasly takes P4, followed by Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, Antonio Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, and Yuki Tsunoda gets the fastest lap. Race 6 in Baku was won by Sebastian Vettel. This is something I know we all absolutely love to see. He takes 25 points for Aston Martin, followed by Pierre Gasly in P2 and Charles Leclerc in P3, followed by Lando Norris in P4, Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo, Kimi Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Sebastian Vettel also gets the fastest lap to take 26 points, and a perfect weekend for Sebastian. Race 7 in France was won by Lando Norris, and finishing in P2 we have a 1-2 for McLaren, followed by Pierre Gasly in P3, Alonso P4, Vettel P5, Stroll, Carlos Sainz, George Russell, Yuki Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon, and Sebastian Vettel. Race 8 in Austria was also won by Lando Norris. Like I said before, he absolutely dominated the first half of this season, followed by Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc on the podium. Lance Stroll in P4, Alonso P5, Yuki Tsunoda, Kimi Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, Esteban Ocon, and to take the fastest lap, we have Carlos Sainz. Race 9 in Austria was once again taken by Lando Norris, with Carlos Sainz finishing in P2 and Daniel Ricciardo in P3. Charles Leclerc finishes P4, followed by Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, George Russell getting so many points in that Williams, Yuki Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Carlos Sainz gets the point for fastest lap. Race 10 in Silverstone goes to my boy Charles Leclerc, followed by Lando Norris in P2 and Daniel Ricciardo in P3. Carlos Sainz finishes P4, Alonso P5, followed by Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly, George Russell getting another point in that Williams, and Pierre Gasly gets the fastest lap. Race 11 in Hungary really didn't have that much difference considering only Lewis Hamilton was high up in the points and Max Verstappen was quite low in the points. But Esteban Ocon still wins in Hungary, followed by Carlos Sainz's P2. Fernando Alonso takes P3, so that's a double podium for Alpine. Pierre Gasly finishes P4, Tsunoda P5, followed by Nicholas Latifi in P6 and George Russell in P7. What a weekend for them. Kimi Raikkonen P8, Daniel Ricciardo P9. You guys gonna like this one. This is Haas's only point of the season, with Mick Schumacher coming in P10, and the fastest lap point goes to Pierre Gasly. I can't believe this actually happened, but race 12 in Spa goes to George Russell. Just a quick note, there were half points in this race, so George did take 12.5 points, not 25, and it just divide all the points by 2 going on. I did that in the final standings. Daniel Ricciardo finishes P2, followed by Sebastian Vettel in P3. What a podium. George Russell, Daniel Ricciardo, and Sebastian Vettel. That's exactly what you like to see. Pierre Gasly in P4, followed by Esteban Ocon, Charles Leclerc, the GOAT Nicholas Latifi, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Antonio Giovinazzi, and the fastest lap actually went to Nikita Mazepin, but since he finished outside the top 10, he does not get the point. But he got the fastest lap, so I'm super proud of him. Race 13 in the Netherlands goes to Pierre Gasly, with Charles Leclerc, his best friend, on the podium, and same as Fernando Alonso on the podium. Back-to-back races with crazy podiums. You have Gasly, Leclerc, and Alonso. That's something you like to see. Carlos Sainz finishes in a P4 with Esteban Ocon in P5, Lando Norris P6, followed by Ricciardo, Lance Stroll, Sebastian Vettel, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Sebastian Vettel gets the fastest lap. Race 14 in Monza is another brilliant race. I mean, not much change since the actual result, but Daniel Ricciardo takes the win in Monza, followed by Lando Norris, which is another 1-2 for McLaren, with Charles Leclerc finishing in P3. You absolutely love to see it. Carlos Sainz P4, followed by your boy Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso, George Russell, Esteban Ocon, the GOAT Nicholas Latifi, Sebastian Vettel, and the fastest lap point also goes to Daniel Ricciardo, so this was a very good weekend for him. Race 15 in Russia goes to Carlos Sainz after a very rain-soaked end of this race. We have Carlos Sainz taking the dub. Daniel Ricciardo finishes in P2, and Alonso finishes in P3. Lando Norris P4, Kimi Raikkonen P5, followed by George Russell, Lance Stroll, Sebastian Vettel, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, and Lando Norris gets the point for fastest lap. Race 16 in Turkey goes to Charles Leclerc, followed by Pierre Gasly and Lando Norris to wrap up the podium. Carlos Sainz finishes in P4, followed by Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, Antonio Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, and Carlos Sainz gets the points for fastest lap. Another good win for Charles, by the way. He's making a comeback at the end of the season here, guys. Race 17 also goes to Charles Leclerc. They're racing in USA, Circuit of the Americas. He finished P4 in real life, so that makes sense why he won this race. Followed by Daniel Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz on the podium. Lando Norris in P4, followed by Yuki Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel, Antonio Giovinazzi, Lance Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen, George Russell, and Charles Leclerc caps off the perfect weekend with a fastest lap. Race 18 in Mexico goes to Pierre Gasly, followed by Charles Leclerc in P2 and Carlos Sainz in P3. Sebastian Vettel finishes in P4 with Kimi Raikkonen in P5 getting 10 points. That's huge. Followed by Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris, Antonio Giovinazzi, Daniel Ricciardo, Esteban Ocon, and Carlos Sainz gets the point for fastest lap. Race 19 in Brazil goes to my boy Charles Leclerc, followed by Carlos Sainz in P2. So that's a Ferrari 1-2 if you guys couldn't tell. Pierre Gasly finishes in P3 with Esteban Ocon P4, Alonso P5, Norris P6, followed by Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen, George Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Kimi Raikkonen gets the fastest lap. Race 20 in Qatar goes to Fernando Alonso with Esteban Ocon finishing in P2 and Lance Stroll finishing in P3. This was Alpine's first 1-2 probably in ever for Alpine. Been a while since Renault probably got a 1-2, with Carlos Sainz P4, Leclerc P5, Norris, Sebastian Vettel, Pierre Gasly, Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, and Lando Norris taking the point for fastest lap. Race 21 in Saudi Arabia goes to Esteban Ocon, and Alpine take 2 consecutive wins, which is something you probably didn't think. They got 3 wins this season. I'm sure some of you guys don't think that would ever happen, but congratulations, Alpine. Great season for them. The winner is Esteban Ocon, followed by Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly on the podium, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Antonio Giovinazzi, Lando Norris, Lance Stroll, the GOAT Nicholas Latifi, Fernando Alonso, and Charles Leclerc gets the point for fastest lap. And in the last race of the season, Carlos Sainz takes the win and 25 points for Ferrari, followed by Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly on the podium. Lando Norris takes P4, followed by Alonso P5, Ocon P6, Leclerc P7, Vettel P8, Ricciardo P9, Lance Stroll P10, and Lando Norris takes the point for fastest lap. And at the end of the season, your 2021 world champion without Red Bull or Mercedes is going to be the man, Lando Norris. His first half of the season completely carried his second half, as he won the first 3 or 4 races of the season. He was absolutely incredible, and his consistency in the first half really helped him win this title. We have Charles Leclerc in P2 with 312 points. Carlos Sainz is supposed to say 310, not 300. I messed up there. Sorry about that. Daniel Ricciardo finishes in P4. Gasly P5. Alonso P6. Ocon P7. Lance Stroll P8. Sebastian Vettel P9. And Yuki Tsunoda in P10. I originally wasn't going to be adding sprint race points in this if it didn't make a difference, but it did actually change up Leclerc and Sainz. Both were at 307 points before I added all the sprint race points, and just so we wouldn't have a tie, even though it would go to Leclerc because he got more wins, I just decided to add the sprint race points. Those are the only 2 things that it really changed up. So in the Constructors' Championship, nothing much has really changed since real life, pretty much. We have Ferrari P1, McLaren P2, Alpine P3, AlphaTauri P5 or P4, Aston Martin P5, Alfa Romeo P6, Williams P7, and Haas. With 1 point, granted, Mick Schumacher got a point, they still finish in dead last. If you guys want to see more videos like this, and if you want to see more years, I guess, comment in the comment section what year you would want to see me do without Red Bull or Mercedes or something like that. Maybe I can do like 2004 without Ferrari, or who knows, something like that would be really cool. So with that being said, everybody, hope you all enjoyed, and have a great day.